Hello, 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 hello. Uh, yeah, you probably see my little wig head in the background, but that's all right. We're in my little fabulous clawfest, as I like to call it. I have, this is my work from home office as well as a backup closet I have. So I come in here and get dressed and work out. Anyway, you don't need to hear all that. I wanted to do something a little unconventional as a part of my diary logs that I have. I wanted to talk about the power of representation and have this be a love letter of sorts to my newfound role model, Miss Bozoma Saint John, okay? Bozoma Saint John. Now, if you don't know who she is, if you're living under a rock, I will just quickly kind of introduce you to how she came into my life. I am a avid, and when I say avid, I am a Real Housewives fan. Now, recently in my later years, I haven't been into it as much. I kind of listen to YouTube recaps, but I do keep up and watch episodes here and there. So, what I used to say, or what I do say about the Housewives, is I kind of liken it to, for women, like a football, the NFL, right? So, meaning if you choose like a certain franchise, or if you like a certain franchise or whatever, that's like your team. And then you have, your teammates, or not teammates, your players, or the Housewives in this case, that are your favorites. And then you have your reasons for them being your favorites or whatever. So, for Beverly Hills, historically, since that franchise started in 2010, you really didn't see a lot of people or person of color or woman of color or BIPOC or whatever representation on that franchise. They had someone on season 4. She was Puerto Rican, but she had a really, really, really bad experience, and so she didn't last long. But after her, nothing. You saw nothing until season 10. So season 10, Garcelle Bouvier, Miss Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show, she was introduced to us. And when she was introduced to us, I went hard for Garcelle. I went hard for Garcelle because that's the thing. You have to protect representation. So it was like no matter what she did, we fight for representation, because especially for, us brown girls, black girls, we need to see representation for us so that we know that whatever it is that is in front of us is achievable, right? So this has context, I promise. So if you have watched any of my other videos, you know my experience, or if you know who I am, you know my experience. I became a young widow at 39. My husband was Scottish American, so he was Caucasian. I have a daughter out of that marriage, so I am raising a biracial daughter. I got my education and now work in corporate America, and I am, I'm striving for greatness in all areas of life. But what happened is I had entered into some behaviors, kind of as a result of my grief, that set me back a little bit. And I was with that. Yeah, I made a decision, and I had to sit with it for about a year. And it was throughout that year that I was having all these conversations with God about what was the right thing to do, etc., etc., etc. So 2024, season 14, ushers in the beautiful Bozoma Saint John. The reason why I will just go out on a limb and say I have so much love and respect and admiration for this woman, and her showing up in my life. Well, showing up on television, on my radar at this time in my life, was powerful. I thank God for this lady. Okay? Let me give you a little rundown of Miss Bozoma. Bozoma is a corporate baddie. She's had all of these titles, but she basically was able to retire in the Marketing Hall of Fame because she did so much work in the marketing field within corporate America. She is also a widow. Okay. She was also married to a white male, and she has a biracial child. and she is still grieving, but she is thriving. When I tell you this lady is thriving, that just gave me hope, because I'll be honest, I was about to settle on a decision that I made throughout my grief, because I thought it was God placing a person in my life, giving me a second chance of love. But what I ended up learning is it was actually a second chance at love for myself. So then when Bozoma came in, I just saw her and I was like, we don't see enough of that. We don't see enough of that on television. I love that she was brought into my life, and at the perfect time, because I was like going down the valley of despair behind this decision I made within my grief. And like I said, I would, wouldn't change my decision, but when Bozoma came onto the scene, she basically, her existence told me, no, pivot, because if you want to really have a good quality of life, look at her. She's the blueprint. That's what God was telling me. And so basically it changed me. I got rid of some bad energy that was bringing me down, and I took my power back. Have this newfound confidence and belief that God has the best planned for me. And I just want to say to you, I hope one day, I don't know if you will, but one day, Miss Bozoma Saint John, you changed my life. I appreciate you for being representation and showing up. And I aspire to be the same representation for Black girls, African American girls, African girls, monoracial girls with darker skin that have gone through similar situations as you and me. Corporate girls who don't see enough of them. I have the tattoos, I have the nose piercings, but because of my skill set and my talent, I'm already appreciated in corporate America. They don't even see it. And you mentioned something on your Breakfast Club interview about being your authentic self. Ugh, that resonated with me a lot more. So, Miss Bozoma Saint John, my name is Dwayna Deborah Antoinette Green, and you don't need to be told this. God, you are God's child. You keep doing you, because, man, you got so much love, especially from me. I have so much love and respect for you, and I appreciate you. So you keep being fabulous. And any girl, don't be afraid to be yourself. You never know how much of a difference you can make just by showing up and being your authentic self and representing a girl that wants to see herself. Till next time, peace and blessings. Bye.